Let's hope this one's gonna be good. Whoa, okay.
We're really excited about getting this game into players' hands and letting them experience this massive world.
A main cornerstone of D4 is play your way. As a player continues to advance through the story and into the endgame, they'll unlock a ton of brand new activities that provide meaningful progression, no matter their playstyle.
Whoa.
Players will be able to keep progressing in the narrative of the game. Alongside that, the whole team has worked on crafting a variety of different experiences players can pursue.
We're going to have an entire world of Sanctuary for our players to offer. There's going to never be an absence of something to do.
After the player has finished the campaign, there's a lot more game to go and participate in. They gain access to a special, what we call capstone dungeon that they have to complete. Once they're able to finish this capstone dungeon, they're going to gain access to the first world tier.
As you complete the world tier, it will open up the opportunity for you to go into your next world tier.
Oh, those.
That involves unlocking powerful loot, new items, and more advantages for your player to have a better opportunity at end game.
Whether you're a fan of dungeons, PvP, or just roaming around the world, there's a way to continue your Diablo adventure long after hitting max level.
Okay, growing
As
your
your character
power.
continues to grow in power, you'll start with the skill tree and expand out into the paragon system.
A lot of the choices the players make are grounded on skills themselves and the fantasies associated with those skills. The Paragon War space we rely to have a lot.
Whoa. Just a sec. One sec. God damn, such a huge skill system.
A
Wow.
lot more depth, a lot more customization, many more options as you
Wow.
go.
Wow.
You can rotate the board,
I
so
love
you
it.
can choose a different path if you're like, I want to do more strength-based things, or I
Decent.
want these particular boons or glyphs. You can chart your path through it, and they're really a way for you to keep
Why?
expanding your character and making it uniquely yours.
Similar to the Paragon boards is the Codex of Power. It's an in-game system that holds the aspects related to the character.
We saw those already in the beta, so I'm not sure. Maybe they're gonna add something more.
You are able to complete a dungeon, and they will have a chance to drop an aspect that you can pick up.
And what this allows players to
No
do is
way.
take items they're finding in the world and make them more powerful, turn them into legendary items.
It's really special to discover what kind of playstyle really means the most to you.
Nightmare dungeons?
Every part of Sanctuary is fulfilling and satisfying. Dungeons in particular are really close to my heart. Nightmare dungeons are going to give the players the opportunity to experience a dungeon that they might have already experienced in their past playthroughs. They'll enter the dungeon with a found sigil that alters the playstyle and the intensity of the dungeon.
All right,
They're
nice.
more difficult, and they have additional objectives, and then they also have affixes, which add a degree of difficulty.
I have not seen anything like this. Such a huge density of monsters. Wow. Wow, right?
For you and your group to work through.
One of my favorite affixes that you can find in Nightmare Dungeons is actually called Hellgate. Occasionally, these portals will open up throughout the area that will just pour out different monsters that aren't native to that
Pouring
region
out
for you to also
monsters.
be dealing with while you're trying to handle everything else inside the dungeon. There's over 120 dungeons to play through and find in Diablo 4, and any one of them can become a Nightmare Dungeon by finding a Nightmare Sigil and then using it to activate the Nightmare version of that dungeon space.
Everything's a little darker, everything's more difficult. It's going to add a little bit of a twist of flavor on your particular dungeon.
Endgame exploration.
There's some targeted activities in Diablo 4 that suit what you're feeling in the mood for.
The Forces of Hell are starting to have more influence in certain parts of Sanctuary in the vast interconnected overworld of the experience. And as the players are going into Helltide areas, they're going to find even more powerful monsters.
All right.
And by killing them, they'll be able to gain these special shards they can take to go and use to purchase these big rewards that are available at these caches that are found littered throughout
what do you
Helltide
mean?
areas.
The sky darkens and the rivers run red, meteors fall
Nice.
from the sky, and the monsters get harder. We really want to create new experiences for the players. There's one I really like called Whispers of the Dead, which you get from the Tree of Whispers. The Tree of Whispers is grim and a little gruesome, but it's also something mystically haunting and kind of beautiful.
The tree has a little bit of a grudge against our players, and it would like for them to go serve its needs. So you're going to go serve these bounties, gather different rewards, different items, and bring them back to the tree in hopes that it can exchange you something
Tree of Whispers.
really meaningful.
Ooh, okay. So that's cool. You can just select your reward. It's nice.
Maybe you're gonna go to the Fractured Peaks and take out some werewolves that are rampaging in a town. They're contained activities that you can do alone or in a group.
Daily quests. Also looking at the levels, guy is level 100, so max cap is not 99. That's great.
We really wanted to create variety for people to be able to spend time where they wanted to in the world. It's very cool the way it's been put together, and I can't wait for people to see it, to be honest.
Yeah, me too.
In Diablo 4, we have a focus on the world of Sanctuary. And there are parts of that world that we call the Fields of Hatred, where Lilith's presence in Sanctuary has begun to seep through and manifest these poisonous areas throughout the world. When players go to these regions, they get to engage in player versus player conflict.
These offer opportunities for the player to collect shards. But there is a little bit of a catch. In order to get these shards back to town, you will need to
Shards looks like corpses.
purify them. Other players will definitely know that you're attempting to purify your shards, so you'd better be prepared to fight if you're going to be playing any PvP, and be prepared that you might lose some stuff in the meantime.
Nice.
Once they've got the purified shards, they can take these, go back to nearby towns to sell them, and then use that to buy a whole bunch of like interesting cosmetic items and rewards.
Oh, you can buy things from PvP? That's nice. But hey, wait. The guy just purchased something from PvP vendor, and he got blue item. So it's still a gamble mechanic.
It's a place for people who really love PvP and want to still get loot and still increase their character's power. If that's the way they want to play, they can.
Launch is just the beginning. One of the things we're really focused on is creating a living, breathing set of updates for players to engage with after the game has gone live.
It's really just going to be a way to keep coming back and experiencing more Diablo 4 in fresh ways.
We're really eager to hear all of your experiences and just enjoy the entire story with you all.
This is possibly the new world boss. Nice. I don't know. So far, it looks like a very detailed trailer, right? Wow, there's a lot of info to process. Let's just go through it again. Before we go into trailer analysis, I want to ask you to subscribe to this video, as majority of you who are watching this have not subscribed yet. I have the statistics and those scare me, so please subscribe. Okay, so first we saw this Andy. This is Hand the Rail. This is one of the world bosses or Act 1 boss, maybe? I don't know. That looks cool.
We're really excited about getting this game into players' hands, letting them experience this massive world.
Next up, we've seen this. So this is the huge monster density. I've not seen anything like this before, and I played through both of the betas.
There's a lot more game to go and participate in.
It's very nice.
They gain access to a special, what we call access to the first.
New items and more advantages for your player to have a better.
Yeah, the red snake. This doesn't look like a color filter or anything. This really looks like some sort of affix or sorcerer with something else then. I don't know. So far I saw only like red snakes, but purple ones? This is new
your Diablo adventure long after hitting max level.
This guy doesn't look so happy. Why? This is an amazing game. What have you done? What we are not seeing? Oh yeah. Possibly I'm gonna make this into thumbnail. Okay. Yeah, Paragon looks like a very detailed thing. And all I saw, basically just +5 strength, +5 defense, plus life, and that's about it. I want to really see some sort of complexity. There we go. Okay, so basically there's the skill. Okay, so you can have like active skills in Paragon system, and we can see those. In order for you to reach those Paragon points, you need to have a certain amount of points already allocated to your skill tree. It kind of creates balance of some sort. What else? So we can see the turning of the tree. This guy looks like Dracula. I don't know why. Maybe he is. Affixes, we saw those. For those who are not aware, it's basically just kill enemies, get legendaries, you can extract legendary power and insert it into a rare item. And after you insert legendary into a rare item, you're gonna get new legendary. Nightmare Dungeon. So this is like terror zones as we have in Diablo 2, right? But again, the monster densities, so beautiful thing to see. I remember like in previous Diablo versions, in Diablo 3, they lowered monster density because the player base had their PCs crashing. Blizzard lowered monster density. Okay, this is the affixes, we've been told. So basically just a portal that pours out enemy. Well, I'm just repeating what the guy said. And yeah, I believe this is cool. This is like mini game. I love it. non-stop monster spawning. You don't need to run, you don't need to find enemies, so they're just spawning there. So that's cool. Endgame exploration. This is nothing. New events that we haven't seen. I like this thing of choosing your rewards. You're limiting your RNG to only 3 options. Let's just hope that you're not gonna have to choose 3 options of boots you don't even care about. Also, I like the thing that you can have you can get PvP rewards. So I believe you are participating in a zone, you're fighting other players, you're getting loot from other players somehow, or just for standing in the circle. And after collecting a certain amount of shards, you go to a city and you extract those shards to item. Person purchased the shards and got a blue item. The thing is, blue items, how come? Why? Can you just make always legendaries and make a PvP stuff item? That would be extremely helpful. But maybe this is gonna come later on. This thing, this is like the bear that has some sort of tattoos on it. Can you see? Looks amazing. I have not seen anything like it. Only the beginning. Okay, corpses. Those look a lot better than the ones in beta. Also, I really love the enthusiasm of the Blizzard team just sharing this knowledge with us. And this is the new world boss that we're gonna see. It's like the skeleton guy. Looks cool. It's like bone prisons that you cannot escape. And probably those bone prisons have some sort of power cells. If you are trapped in those, you're gonna die. And that's about it. That's the trail. I honestly was expecting a little bit more. Please subscribe. Time to watch more. It's freezing cold. I'm out.